Goku getting the heart virus is one of the key plot points in the early Android arc. Despite Trunks coming back and giving Goku the medicine to cure the virus after it was already in effect, Goku was still out of commission while the medicine was curing him. But what if Trunks didn't bring a reactive measure to stop the heart virus and instead brought a preventative one? What if Trunks gave Goku a vaccine instead? I'm Carthu, and this is What If Goku Didn't Get the Heart Virus in the main timeline. With no heart virus to worry about, Goku is able to go to the battle 3 years after Trunks gave him the warning and the vaccine, but this time he's feeling healthy and is at full power. As he did originally, he has his battle with Android 19, but this time there's nothing holding him back from demolishing the android with ease. Similar to the way that Vegeta had done in the original story, Goku was able to use raw strength to overcome the android and its absorption capabilities. However, this did leave Goku somewhat drained and isn't really in any condition to face Android 20, Dr. Gero himself. Dr. Gero thinks this would be a good chance to attack Goku, but Piccolo jumps in front of him and smacks Android 20 to the ground. Gero had expected that only Goku would be capable of such power, but Piccolo was equally a threat as he had trained directly with Goku for this occasion. Gero was thinking about what he could do to get away, and just decides to blast the ground as a distraction and run for it. He managed to get a notable amount of distance away and hides. Since he doesn't have any key to sense, he's able to lose them with ease. He had thought that he had gotten away with it. His last resort would be to reawaken Androids 17 and 18, and that would be the final move to end it all. Gero slowly backed away from his hiding spot, only to bump into something behind him. The doctor turned around to see that Vegeta was standing right behind him. With no energy drain from Android 19, Vegeta is at full power when facing down Gero, but Gero thinks he can simply take Vegeta's energy. However, Vegeta has a different plan. Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan form and begins to beat down Android 20. Despite his best attempts, Android 20 couldn't even touch Vegeta. The fighting and large power appearing out of nowhere had caught the attention of the rest of the Z-Fighters who were searching for Gero. They all make their way towards the fight and get there in time to see Vegeta obliterating Android 20. Goku is impressed that Vegeta became a Super Saiyan, and Vegeta brags that he's stronger than Goku now. But it isn't obvious who's stronger at this point. While everyone is talking, Trunks arrives with a terrified expression on his face. These aren't the androids from his future. He tells them this, but Vegeta says those have to be the androids since there's no one else attacking right now. Trunks says it's possible that him coming to the past had changed history a bunch, but that doesn't seem right to him. Goku convinces him not to worry about it, and if any other threats come after this, they'll be able to take care of them. Trunks knows that his future hasn't changed due to his interference in the past, and so he still needs something if he's going to try and defeat the androids. Goku suggests that he trains with Vegeta, but Vegeta scoffs at the idea, and with no time-sensitive reason to use the Room of Spirit and Time together, they don't. Goku says he'll help Trunks train and will give him the extra Senzu beans to take back with him to the future. Hopefully those factors together will be enough to save his timeline. So, the Z-Fighters separate once again, and they all return to their normal lives, and the day is saved. Or so they thought. Gingertown is in a panic. The streets are bare except for the clothes that litter them. The few people who remain are scrambling for their lives. The monster that is Cell has begun to attack. However, this time there is no Super Namekian Piccolo to face him down. No one able to stand up to his power exists in this world currently, and no one really notices him anyway. Everyone assumed that they have won the day, and so they continued on with life. Some small town being ravaged wasn't enough to set off any alarms. After Gingertown, Cell finally felt strong enough to move freely, but he still wasn't strong enough for the androids. Then he thought to himself, where are the androids? There's no mass panic or mass destruction happening outside of what he's doing. So did coming to the past change history? Are the androids not released yet? It's worth a shot to check if they actually were. Cell makes his way to the place of his birth, Dr. Giroux's laboratory. He's surprised to find that the lab is still fully intact, which should mean that the power he seeks still lies dormant, waiting for him like a snack in the pantry. Cell forces the lab entrance open and walks right in. He sees 3 chambers in front of him, labeled 16, 17, and 18. Android 16 was not someone he knew of, and so he had no need for that one, and he blasted it to pieces while it still slumbered. Then, Cell used his tail to open up the chambers to Androids 17 and 18, then, one at a time, he absorbed them both. Cell achieved perfection in mere moments and was now the uncontested strongest person in the world by a ridiculous margin. He went in search of strong opponents to face and test out his might. He first senses and goes after Goku and Trunks, who are currently training together and thus releasing the most power. When he arrives, both Trunks and Goku are visibly startled. Cell doesn't mince words and defeats them both with ease. You see, Cell isn't starting a tournament this time because he has nothing to wait for, nothing to challenge him. Cell skips straight to his final goal, proving his perfection and inciting terror in all things. Goku and Trunks, dead on the ground, gave him that reward as Chi-Chi and Gohan ran outside to see what the commotion was. Their faces contorted in terror at the sight of the dead bodies and the monster that killed them. Cell laughed maniacally as Gohan shook off his fear and grabbed Chi-Chi, flying away as fast as he can. Cell uttered the words, "Useless." But before the word could even vibrate in the air outside of his mouth, he had already cut off Gohan and blasted the two out of existence. From then on, Cell went one by one to all the Z-Fighters, and one by one they fell at his feet until no one stood who could even remotely oppose him. There is no one left who can stop Cell's reign of terror. Cell didn't want domination or conquest, but he did want to be the monster in the shadows, destroying the world slowly over time with maddening legends of a beast that kills randomly and without warning. He never killed too many, just enough to keep his fun going, but over time, he slowly wanted more. Cell's Saiyan genes wanted to have a fight, a true fight, and a fight came 7 years later when Babidi made his appearance. Cell sensed a power appear, a power that may even surpass his own, and it was Dabura. Cell knew better than to fight someone obviously stronger than himself, but he also couldn't believe that someone was stronger than him. His Saiyan cells pushed him to fight, and so he went. Without becoming super perfect, Cell was no match for Dabura, and was easily defeated and used to fuel the revival of Majin Buu. This is basically where the narrative ends. Buu is unleashed and wreaks havoc on the entire universe. Supreme Kai would most likely die in a fight with Buu and Babidi, resulting in the unfortunate and untimely death of Beerus as well. Buu may potentially get to Vampa in his time rampaging on the universe, and he would be stopped by Broly if he ever got there, but we don't know if he'll make it to Vampa at all. You see, Universe 7's mortal level would be dropping awfully low at this point. Even though it's already in last place, it would be dropping like a rock. And so, Zeno getting antsy in his boredom would be destroying all the low mortal level universes, leaving only 4 in existence. The Android and Cell arcs are very purposeful in the way events play out. Allowing characters to be in and out of certain situations is key to having the narrative end with a happy ending. Even changing something to what seems to be a positive, like getting rid of the heart virus from the main timeline entirely, would still have dire consequences. So, we end this dark what if, appreciating the heart virus of all things, just a bit more. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, leave your opinions and counterpoints in the comments down below, and hit subscribe and the notification bell. That way you get to stay up to date on the channel and everything that goes on with it. If you're interested, please check out the merch store to support the channel in another way that gives you something in return. But till next time,
Peace!